So I want to talk today about this breakup business with the narcissist. It's nearly impossible to deal with. And we go through so many phases, whether you break up with the narcissist or they discard you. That's what they call it, the powers that be, discard, because it shows you what we mean to them. I think it punctuates what we mean to them. They discard. And even though I discarded, it doesn't matter. When you're going through all of those phases leading up to the breakup, and even once there is a breakup, where we're chasing, we're begging, we're bargaining, we're pleading, we're crying, we're screaming, we're trying to explain, we're trying to get an explanation, we're trying to understand what happened. All of these things are very natural to go through with a breakup with a narcissist especially. The problem is we keep telling ourselves we're going to get back to that initial stage maybe. So we go through all of this because we're trying still in our minds we have that might be possible. We're trying to work it out. We tell ourselves, we call it closure. Well, I just want to reach out and say one more thing I need it. I need closure. Okay. I understand all that. I do. But I just want you to understand one thing also. I did all of the stuff post breakup and I was the one that discarded. I bargained, but I'll do this, I'll do that. We can do this. We can get help. What is recommended by the powers that be who make all of these kinds of videos is that we do the opposite. We don't chase. We don't bother looking for an explanation. We don't bother getting closure, and we don't bother trying to make them understand. They cannot be in your shoes. They have no ability to do that. They do not have empathy. They lack it. So me sitting there on that porch talking for 4 hours, I look back and I don't regret it. My path, my journey, love it, got me here, blah, blah, blah. But that cat wasn't listening. He didn't care about a word I had to say at all. At all. And they tell us to accept that it's over. Don't fight for anything. Let them go. The reasons are simple for that and yet impossible as well when you're really deep in it. It's simple to understand why they want you to just let it go, but it's impossible to do when you're in it. But if you can just listen for 1 second, I'll break it down. I want to make this as clear as possible. Hi, I'm Renee Flamant. I got right into it today, I know. Nothing we say, nothing, as in nothing we say, nothing we don't do anymore, start doing more, do better, nothing is going to make them change, stop the madness. Nothing is going to make them understand where we're coming from. Nothing is going to elicit an apology or an acceptance of their reality of being mean to you. Nothing. And I mean nothing. Now, they may feign all of that to keep you there. If they're not quite done, even if they discarded you, they're going to come back. They're going to try to keep you on the bench as a bench warmer. They'll feign, oh, I understand, yes. I shouldn't have done that to you. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. They'll say sorry. Don't let that confuse you. Because people say, well, narcissists can't apologize. And then the minute you hear somebody say sorry, you're like, oh, thank God he's not a narcissist, so that means he can change. No, they'll say anything. They won't feel an apology. They'll say anything. Right? They are going to go forward and always behave however they want, regardless of what we try to teach them about how badly they hurt us. Because that's often a question we have. I can't believe he did it again. He knew how much it hurt me the first time. We talked about it for days. We went to therapy for 6 months and now he did it again? Yes, he did it again. Or she. Put your own pronoun in there. Did it again. Why? Because they can't change. And they didn't really have a real vested interest in changing. It's really hard pressed to find a narcissist who wants to change, let alone can change. They think they're behaving just fine. And even if they look at their own behavior and think, yeah, okay, I kind of know that this isn't right. My friend doesn't behave this way on his wife. I've always been this way. And they just call themselves, maybe they call themselves like a two-timer. They don't realize all the dysfunctional reasons they're behaving the way that they are. They don't realize that they can't change. They think one day they're going to seek and find the end all, and then they're going to stop the behavior. That's why they grow old alone. And they keep changing partners. Because their behavior is never going to change. They're always going to feel the way that they feel about their version of themselves. Grandiose, entitled to behave how they want. So post-breakup, we're trying to get through to them. We're calling it, we want our closure. We're calling it, well, maybe I went through that too. Maybe we could be friends. I'm just not used to not having him in front of me all the time. You get used to their voice. You get used to chatting with them. You get used to having their ear. You get used to maybe you guys really do have fun together when you do have fun, and you're going to miss that. You can't picture not having that. But I want you to remember, nobody that loves you, nobody that values you, respects you, puts you in a position where you are crying, screaming, begging for an explanation, being walked all over. That's not at all a healthy situation or a relationship that we fight for the relationship. We fight for the relationship. Oh my God, when you think about it. And I think of several, I know I sound stuffy because allergies and my door's open and I think the pollen count is high. We need rain, but I'm not shutting it. It's finally a little bit warmer. I feel so aggravated with myself when I think back to how many dysfunctional people I tried to talk to for hours. Be it a dysfunctional friend, be it a past relationship, several past people I've dated. And I think back and I think, that guy didn't care about what I was saying. How stupid. I'm sending texts this long. I'm sending emails. I'm trying to talk on the phone. I'm trying to organize. Well, can we just get together and figure this out? There's nothing to figure out. They don't want to figure out anything. They have themselves figured out. You're getting hurt in the process. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to hear about it. They don't want to hear how you understand why they behave that way. They don't want to hear that you will give it another chance. If maybe you can both go to therapy and these are all things we try. And like I said earlier, I know it's impossible to not do anything, but I'm telling you right now, the people that I've known, not very many, there's one in our audience, and I have a friend, they did a 180 and they didn't do the back and forth at all. And you know what that did? That gave that narcissist no chance to inflict more harm, no chance to do it again to them, no chance to manipulate their brain with some sob story of why they behaved that way. No chance for the narcissist to fake cry. That's what mine did. Fake cry that he felt so bad that he hurt me. Again and again and again and again and again. It's not oops 15 times. Sorry. That's not an oops. That's not a mistake. That's not a fixable person. If they are somebody with a trait like this, a disorder like this, narcissistic personality disorder, they don't have any interest in what you're saying. So all the times that I was, but I'll do this and we could do, I look back and think, and you're giving a chance to somebody who doesn't deserve it. They don't deserve the chance, right? We get madder at people at work or in our friendship circle or in our family. They do one thing off color and we're mad for a long time. I've known people not talk for years over the dumbest things. Yet we're giving the narcissist chance after chance after chance after chance. And they're being mean after mean after mean after mean. Why? I can hear how I sound. Do I sound like Rudolph when they put the mud on his nose? That's how I picture I sound right now. You know, when they put the mud and he goes, "It's not comfortable." That's how I feel like I sound like right now. But I really strongly wanted to talk about this and strongly urge you to look at the situation. So you've just been broken up with and you think this guy has this disorder and your instinct is, maybe we'll get back together. Maybe he'll call. He probably will. And our next video is about him calling, because we're going to talk about the Hoover attempt, which of course is the next thing that's going to happen. I just want you guys awake and aware that there are other ways to handle the breakup than automatically assuming it's not final. He might come back. Do you want him to come back? Do you? Do you? Or would you rather sit alone in peaceful quiet, and one day, if you're ready to get back out there, you find a relationship where it's not this bumpy, it's not this screaming, yelling, and hollering? You don't deserve all that. Next time, tune in. We're going to talk about that ever-loving Hoover attempt, which inevitably comes after a discard. Thanks for watching, you guys. I'll see you next time.